Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you just so happen to be joining me for the very first time, thank you so much for being here. My name is Donella, and hopefully on your way out that you just go ahead and click that subscribe button. Now today is Sunday, June 10th, and today is also the first half of the White Sands Africa swimsuit competition. They call it the White Sands Soiree. So I decided to sit down and film this video today because I would be out for most of the day, and today would be the perfect day for me to do the wear test on the Beauty Bakerie Cake Mix Foundation. Now, when I first got this, I never really intended to literally sit down and do a review, a wear test, and all of that, because I kind of got the foundation really late, because when it was first released, the site was giving all sorts of problem, and I kind of anticipated that because everybody wanted to be in the run to really try it. All the little teasers that were on their Instagram page, their Twitter page. It definitely got my attention. I have to say, Beauty Bakerie's marketing team, they should probably get a Nobel Prize just for their marketing concepts. The names, everything just kind of pulls you in. The whole bakery, sweets and pastries and treats, the whole thing just kind of pulls you in. So I got the shade number 17 because according to the site, and when they first launched it, I did the shade match and the shade test, and I ended up being number 17. So this is what the package actually looks like. It's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of like a fairy tale book, when you open a fairy tale book for the very first time. And then this kind of reminds me of, what is that fairy tale called? Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Snow White. Yes. So this is what it looks like, and then it has this little thing right here where you can open up, slide it down, and out comes your cake mix foundation. Foundation is 100% vegan. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, everything on Beauty Bakerie's website is 100% vegan. It's cruelty free and it's paraben free. So you just get rid of all of that bad stuff that tends to age your skin way too quickly. So this is what the foundation looks like, and it has a pump, which is my favorite thing about foundations like these. I love foundations that have pumps, because those that have that little thing that you pull out, that can get a little messy, and I absolutely love the coppery cover. Okay, so the claims on the website is that the foundation is medium to full coverage. It is also buildable. It is 100% vegan. It is supposed to be completely smudge proof. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that test today, and it is supposed to hold up. I mean, if it is smudge proof, I do expect it to actually hold up for however long you want it to hold up for. Now, they do actually recommend that you purchase a few other products whenever you're buying the cake mix foundation. At the back of the box tells you exactly what you would need. Now, if you have maybe dry combination or normal skin, then you would definitely need the baking oil. The baking oil is also on listed as a recommended product whenever you're purchasing the cake mix foundation. They also recommend that you set the foundation in with the flour, according to your undertone. I have yellow undertones, so I have the yellow flour powder. And they also recommend that you use the Beauty Bakerie blending eggs or the bakeware brush. If I can recall, both the blending egg and the bakery brush has been sold out for some time now. So the only other option is to practically use my handy dandy beauty blender. So I'm going to be using that to demo the cake mix foundation. Let me just go and damp her because she's completely dry, and I'll be back real quick. Okay, and I am back. I went and did my eyebrows, and I went to damp my beauty blender because, I don't know, I just felt like I was looking a little off without my eyebrows done. I just had that little Vespucia moment, like, ladies, don't I look fine? Anyway, let's get back to the story at hand, and I'm going to be taking just one pump because according to hello ma'am, what's going on here? Okay, one pump. According to what they said on the website is that you should gradually build up the foundation. So where did my beauty blender go? Okay, that you should gradually build up the foundation. So what I'm going to do is actually start with this side because when I first tried it, I'm telling you, okay, so I am back and I'm trying to cover up my very large pores. So I'm using the last dregs of my Black Radiance True Complexion Skin Refining Primer. This is a really, really good primer. She covers up my pores and she keeps my foundation looking really good all day. So I'm going to use this, especially since this is a full coverage. Sorry, it's a medium to full coverage, and I'm not really a big fan of those type of foundation. I've said that in the past, and I still remain true to what I am. I like light to medium coverage, so I'm just going to really work this in. And what is that? Okay. And then really get back into applying the Cake Mix foundation. All right, so Cake Mix foundation take 2. So still with my 1 pump, the excess that's left on my hand, the back of my hand, I am just going to pat this in. And they said to work from one side and then the other side and gradually build it up, to however whatever type of coverage that you need. This actually dries down really, really fast. I mean, the first time I used it, it really did catch me. I usually do the dot things around my face and then blend it out, but it catch me the first time, but it dries down like really, really quick, like really, really quick. So this is 1 pump. Pull her back. Y'all can see my big 5 head. I don't really care. I've embraced my big 5 head long time ago. Okay, so this is just 1 pump on my face right now, and this is probably the type of coverage that I would wear like on a daily basis. Like I'm okay with this type of coverage, but because it is medium to full coverage and I really want you guys to actually see what it looks like maybe if you decide you want to wear maybe 2-3 pumps, then I'm just going to let you guys see what it looks like. So this is my 2nd pump on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to work it in once again, starting with the right side of my face and blending it outwards with my beauty blender. So here we go. And the one thing I can actually say that I noticed is that it dries like really, really quick, and I think it actually matches my skin's complexion to it. One thing I actually noticed as well is that it has a bit of a silicone finish. I don't know if you guys can actually see it on camera, but it has a bit of a silicone finish. And if I'm not mistaken, they said that on the website as well, that it has a silicone finish to it. And I'm really, 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 really digging this foundation. I'm not telling you guys. Like, I am really digging it. Although I'm not a full coverage girl, I'm really digging it. It looks amazing on my skin. It just looks... Don't I look fine, girl? I have to go back to Respucia. Don't I look fine, girl? Don't I look fine? You know what I'm saying? I actually think I'm gonna need like a half a pump, maybe the whole pump for. It's really huge, but what the heck? And I'm just going to cover my 5 head with. Actually, pull out the full pump. Whatever. Y'all know my head big anyway, so no surprise there. So I'm just going to blend this all the way in. And yes, ma'am. She is looking so good. She's looking so good. Wow. I never really anticipated loving a full coverage foundation, but I have to say I'm really, really, really digging this. This looks so good. This is what Mother Nature left behind, so don't mind these 2 things right here. I just came off of my monthly curse, so yeah, she left these behind. But I'm really, really digging this. Like, yo, I'm digging this. I'm really, really digging it. Ooh, girl, it looks so good. Okay, I'm going to conceal my face as well, highlight my face using my Beauty Bakerie cake. Just I was using the cake mix. No, this is the cake face concealer. And this one is in the shade You're Beautiful. Now, for those of you who've never tried the Beauty Bakerie cake mix, sorry, the cake face concealers, they do run a lot on the neutral side. So if you have neutral undertones, these concealers are gonna work perfect for you. And just like the cake mix foundation, they dry down like really, really quick. Like you have to have a swift hand blending this out. And I think I'm gonna stop talking and just blend this out because I feel like it's drying down really quick. So let me just blend this out. All jokes aside, although I'm not a big fan, like I keep saying this, I'm not a fan of full coverage foundation, but this foundation looks so good on my skin, and the way how everything just melted in. Oh my god. Wow. I'm going to use the Beauty Bakerie Yellow Flower to set my highlight in place. I haven't set her yet because I was blending her out. Now, one tip you guys have to keep in mind, both the cake mix foundation and the cake face concealer, they dry down like really, really fast. You have to move really fast when you're using them because you might create a bit of a mess and then you might not be able to blend it out completely. But yeah, I am in love. I'm in love with this foundation. I never expected to fall in love with it like this. Like, even when I first tried it on, when I posted the photo on Instagram, I was like, oh my god. And I got so many compliments on it. People were like, oh, that foundation looks so good on your skin. You know, both on Instagram. I got a few compliments on Twitter as well. And I was like, for real though? But I don't even like full coverage foundations. But Beauty Bakerie really came through with this. This just looks amazing. Now I'm not going to contour like I normally do. I'm going to just use the Beauty Bakerie cocoa and what is it called? The coffee and cocoa palette. I'm just going to bronze around my face. Where's my bronzing brush? I can't find it. Here's my bronzing brush. Hey, I found her. I usually use a stippling brush whenever I'm using this palette because these colors in this palette are so intense. You have to be extremely light-handed. Extremely, extremely light-handed whenever you're using these things because you can get like a pop. You don't really want that. So you have to go in small strokes, small strokes, small strokes, small strokes. Ooh, what I wanted to do was do the smudge test because they did say that the foundation is completely smudge free. So now that it's dried down, I'm going to press. Wow. Wow. What? Okay, Beauty Bakerie. Okay. I see you. All right, so what I'm going to do is to just complete the rest of my face, and I'll be back shortly to talk to you guys on my way out. Okay, so I have completed the rest of my face. This is what I'm going to be wearing to the White Sands soiree this afternoon. And by the way, I'm wearing another product from Beauty Bakerie. This one is one of their lip whips. This one is in the shade Cranberry Stiletto. Imagine walking down the road in a pair of cranberry stilettos. All right, so this is the final look. And as you guys can see, you know, I have really oily skin and I can't even see one bit of oil like seeping through this cake mix foundation. And this is probably why Cashmere recommended that if you have oily skin, not to use the baking oil. So if you have oily skin, please stay away from the baking oil and just use whatever regular primer that you normally use on a daily basis. So I'm just going to go ahead and get ready for this little bit of soiree, and I'll check in with you guys later on when I'm completely dressed, and also later on this evening when I come back home, you know, just to see if the foundation and everything held up throughout all of that. Yes, all of that. All right, guys, I am back. I just got in like a few minutes ago from the White Sands soiree. For those of you who were following my Insta stories, you guys would have known I was there from beginning to almost end. I didn't stay for the after party because I am I'm not here for that. I only went because I had to work backstage doing makeup, and I decided that, you know, today was the perfect day for me to do my wear test on the Beauty Bakerie Cake Mix Foundation. Now, wrapping up my final thoughts on what I actually think about the foundation. Would I recommend it? Yes, and here's why. Now, I tend to shy away from anything that says like full coverage foundation. However, I did not expect to really like this foundation as much as I did, but I mean, look at my face. I haven't touched up once. I haven't touched my face since I did it like this morning. I think I did my makeup somewhere between like 10 or 11 o'clock this morning, and I have not touched up my face since. And my makeup still looks like really, really good. Like really, really good. And yeah, I have to say, I am so impressed with this foundation. Yes, it is medium to full coverage. Yes, it is in fact buildable. Yes, it is silicone based. Yes, it is 100% vegan. Yes, it is paraben free. All the, as I said before, all the good stuff that you need to keep your skin looking healthy for a longer time. The Cake Mix foundation definitely has that, and I would give this like 2 thumbs up. This is definitely a really, really, really good foundation, and I foresee myself buying a lot more bottles of this in the future. Although I'm not a full coverage girl, I'll probably buy it for, you know, on, you know, days when I feel like I need to look like extra snatched. And one of the reasons why I like this foundation so much, and why I tend to shy away from full coverage foundations, is that my skin type falls into 3 categories: oily, sensitive, and acne prone. However, I don't know, whatever they did with this foundation, you know, usually full coverage foundations would feel like really, really heavy on your skin, and you could actually feel that the makeup is on your skin. Like for instance, I hate Sasha foundations because they're like really, really heavy, and then they tend to, I don't know, they just feel like heavy, and then they start looking creasy and cakey over time. So that's one of the reasons why I have never ever used a Sasha foundation since I discovered, you know, there are a lot of different varieties on the markets, and yeah, I don't use Sasha foundations at all. And another thing I have to bring to you guys notice is usually I would have creasing in this area right here, you know, like smile lines and what's not. Now I do actually notice there is a bit like a small smidge of creasing, like something that is very, very, very tiny. Like you really have to look like really, really hard in order for you to see that there's actually a small crease right there. And I think that probably came from me like touching my face a few times and like rubbing it, because for some reason, I don't know, I was just touching my face all the time because I was like, am I wearing makeup? Because the makeup feels so light and so smooth on my skin, and then it matches my skin tone so perfectly. By the way, if I forgot to mention this earlier, this one is the shade number 17. So all I can say, wrapping up my thoughts, is you can just go ahead and cake a lot. Buy all the Cake Mix foundation your money can buy, and just dig in and enjoy Beauty Bakerie. All right, ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for being here with me once again. And if I forgot to mention this earlier, now during summer 2018, what I plan to do is to really try out and test a lot of different foundation and see which ones really hold up well with my my oily skin, and which ones I would recommend for, you know, summertime. Like persons that live in certain areas would always say, oh, you recommend this for the summer. Us down here who live in the Caribbean, we have all year round sunshine, so we know all about foundations that hold up and those that don't hold up in the heat. You know, we have hot days and hotter days. That's what we have. So what I plan to do is really just test out all these different brands. You know, there are lots of foundations that I tend to shy away from because of, you know, the finish or the ingredients or whatever, but I'm going to give it a try. You know, I'm going to spread my wings, and I'm going to try a bunch of different foundations for summer 2018. So keep up with me. Please remember to also subscribe so you can be notified whenever I have a new upload. And please also remember to click the bell button. Now the bell button is going to send an email notification to let you know whenever I have a fresh upload on my site. Thank you guys so much for being here once again. Until my next upload, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye bye.